good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome back to Stay on Your Feet. I'm your host, Mr. Brown, and today is the Arsenal intervention. Got no co-host today, but I do have a special guest. Goes by the name of KERNAL, making a second appearance. What are you saying, bro? You good?
Yes, man. Yes, man. Thank you very much. Look, I got the last minute call up, by the coach and put on my boots and I'm here, man. So
Come on,
always
always
a pleasure,
ready,
man.
man.
Always
Always
a pleasure.
ready. Now, I appreciate
Yeah.
you taking your time out, man. And I know right now, as an Arsenal fan, personally, it's a difficult place to be in right now. But we're gonna get
Yeah.
into all of that. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, today we're gonna get into the Arsenal intervention and then hit the North London derby, Spurs and Arsenal tomorrow. But yeah, man, let's just break down Arsenal season, how we started, how we think we're gonna end, and then hopefully talk about where we're currently at because dark times ahead, bro. There's a lot of talk that we're bottling it again.
Yeah.
That we
Yeah.
haven't got the mental fortitude to get over the line, and Arteta's not good enough. The team's not good enough. We still need this. We still need that. Bro, what's your feeling, man? Do you feel like we're gonna bottle it again, so to speak, or people
No.
got to get over the line?
No.
It's Christian, innit? I'm just gonna ask right out.
No. No. I don't. It's hard because these are the results that we're seeing against Wolves, and it's PTSD. People have to understand, as Arsenal fans, when you have these PTSD moments, it's not good. It's not good. You don't want to be reminded of what happened before. So I
Mm.
think when these questions arise, it's like you're very quick to say, of course it's not going to happen again. But because you know it's happened before and you're seeing the traits, do you know what I mean? But I don't think so. I feel like they got it in the bag this year, but I think they're just making it. How do
They're
I put
making
it? Like they're just making it more entertaining. They're just keep Man City in. They're just making it more entertaining, which
They're
is
making
not
it a
good.
title run. They're making it a
Yeah,
title.
which
Yeah,
doesn't need to be. But again, people. Let's start with this. People need to forget. People need to stop forgetting. We are still top of the league. Let's not forget that. Yeah, it's not like we are 1 point away from City. Cool, we're about 4 points away, but we're still top of the league. So let's not forget that. People think we've dropped to fourth or something. We're still top of the league. But again, dropping these points is not good. It's PTSD for us. So yeah. But yeah, I don't think we'll bottle it. I think we've got it, but we just need to stay focused. We need to win all of our games now. We've got the players. Let's not talk about injuries. Let's not talk about weather. We've got the players. We've got the team to do it. So we just go out and do it. It's going to be sticky. We're going to be stuck in the mud as we did in the last game, but we've got it, man. We've got it. We just need to stick together. The
Nah,
different there's the different mindset. Look at what the players are coming out and saying. Do you know what I mean? It's very easy for them to say, but they're the ones doing it. Look what Rice said. I don't know if you watched the Sky Sports interview he did. I think yesterday or the day before. It
I've
must have been
seen.
yesterday because it was after the Wolves game.
Yeah,
Like
I've
they,
yeah.
they, they sound confident, and that's how you should come out. I don't want them to come out acting scared or whatever. But
100%, 100%, and
yeah,
I'm hoping that's the case in it because Arsenal we talk a good game in it, we do.
that's it.
It's now
That's
time
it.
to live up to that talk, live up to that game, and get it done because the form the form hasn't been good. It hasn't been good for a while. You know what I
Mm,
mean? That Wolves game we saw wasn't great. We saw that against them in the home game. That was the shambles against them. We were shit against United. We were shit against Brentford.
yeah.
And there's been a few others where we haven't looked good, but because we got the result, it kind of
Yeah.
doesn't
It's like
matter.
sweep it under the carpet, innit?
Yeah, but the performance haven't been great. The form hasn't been great. I mean, I don't know why our Champions League form is so different to our Premier League form. I really like because
Would you
Premier
swap? Would you
Champions
swap?
League. But would I swap it? Nah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like we have to pick one, bro.
I wouldn't swap it. Just because I feel like, for me personally, I feel like the Champions League is bigger than the Premier League, isn't it? Even
Hundred
though
percent. 100%.
Love the Premier League. I watch it more, obviously, the Champions League, but that's the ultimate prize, isn't it? That's the big one. That's the big one. So for me, we need to win this league. But it's not going to be easy. Of course, it's not going to be easy. It's never easy. You've got Man City 4 points behind now. They currently play in Newcastle for like the 4th time this season. Them not losing their stadiums next door to each other at this point. But yeah, it's always this point of the season though, where it's the last 12 games, and this is where we fold like a deck chair, and Pep gets these boys rallied up, and they go on these mad runs. It's not the same team as it was the last 3 seasons though, or the last when they did the treble, or even the same team as last season. So with that being said, they've looked vulnerable at the back as well. You know what I mean? They've dropped points. I think they've got the same form as us at the moment in terms of how many games.
Pretty much.
It's crazy. But again, with that being said, like I said, the last 3 seasons, the last 12 games, Man City have accumulated more points than Arsenal every season for the last 3 seasons. So this is crunch time for us. This is really the period where it goes left. So I'm really hoping we get over the line, but
yeah, we have to. No choice, man.
We need to talk about Arteta's in-game management sometimes. That needs to be questioned, because sometimes he's just leaving man just to be run ragged, bro. Literally, like Timber's on his last legs. Like he was
He was not the same Timber in first half of the season. First half of the season, he was not the same person now. I don't know if it's injuries or.
I think it's fatigue, bro. I think he's just tired, bro. I think he's come back from obviously a massive injury. And like you said, the first half of the season, he's been arguably the best right back in the league. Rarely puts a foot wrong, strong, hard to get, you know what I mean, dribble past. Like, he's a good player, man. Real good player, man. Proper player.
Definitely. No, definitely. I think he was one of those players that gelled in very quickly and very easy.
No, definitely, man. Very easy. I think Timber needs to be rested. I think Rice and Zubimendi could do with a rest, but I know they're integral to our game. Saka could always do with a rest.
Yeah.
And I think we just need to find some rotation somewhere now. Obviously, there's no Marino, there's no Odegaard. But we're gonna talk on Odegaard in just a minute. So yeah, man. What do you think?
Do you know what? Hold on. Sorry. I have a quick question. I saw a lot of talk online about there was mixed reviews about the contract extension for Saka. I want to ask you this. I was going to ask you before, but I forgot. What do you think about it? What do you think about the timing of the contract extension? And what do you think about the extension? Because obviously there's mixed reviews, people saying, Saka's not really had his best games and he's not really in form. And obviously we need to tie down the contract because obviously you don't want to lose him. But what's your thoughts on that? I wanted to ask you.
Do you know what? I'm glad you asked me that. That's a good question. I'm glad you asked me that. And the answer is that contract was signed, sealed, and delivered months ago. Months ago. If you go and check my page, 49 Unbeaten, you'll see that a month ago, over about 5-6 weeks ago, I posted his new contract. But hold that thought. We do have someone backstage. Let me just
Yo.
Arsenal, how you doing, my bro?
What you saying, man? Can you guys hear me clearly, yeah?
Yeah, man. Yeah. You're good. I don't care, man.
How are you guys? How's everyone?
Yeah, man.
Very good, man.
Everyone's talking at the same time.
Nah, go on. Tell me. Talk to me.
So Colonel just asked me a question. What do I think about Saka's contract extension?
Mm-hmm.
So just getting into that. It's just about the timing of it and whatnot. And there's mixed reviews he's seen. So basically what I was saying was Let me start with. I'm happy that he's got it. I'm happy he's got the contract extension. You know, he deserves it. Let me just say that. I think it was always he's Arsenal through and through. He's been an Arsenal boy for time, so I don't think there's a question whether he's going to sign it or not. I think the time of it, Arsenal always do this. Arsenal always do these things for the timing. It's nothing. There's many times when things are going well, they drop some merchandise or they drop a new contract or they introduce a new campaign or something. To keep things ticking over, to kind of hide the cracks of kind of what's really going on. Although I said I'm very happy that Saka signed, but it's been done a long time ago. I posted it about 6 weeks ago on my page. It's there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts? Are you happy with the extension? You think he deserves it? £50 a week.
So I think there are two different elements that you have to think about when especially Saka's signing for us. I think what the club have done really well is created a clear pathway for all the next players that play in the Arsenal academy, and given them an insight of what you can achieve at this club if you're good enough and you are loyal to us.
Yeah.
And I think what that does is that it tells characters like MLS. It tells people like Ethan Wanyeri, even though I believe he shouldn't have got. I didn't think he should have gone on loan, but I always say that I think it's his own fault that he got put on loan, because he decided that he thought, I'm going to be a cam and not a right winger, and if I'm not playing there, then I'm not playing here. That's the vibe I got from him, from an 18-year-old who just broke into our team. And, you have to remember, yes, you're great. You're a sick footballer, but you're 18 years old and our captain plays in your position. So I think there was a little bit of lack of, a bit of naivety when it came to that. And so I think what Saka's done, he had to earn his right in the team. And even though we needed him at left back and he played there because we didn't have anyone else, he mainstayed that because he worked hard and he was willing to learn and he was willing to be put on the bench. Like, remember the cup final that we actually won on Arteta, Saka didn't play any of those games. You know what I mean? So he watched on as we won that trophy. And so I think that's an experience that he has to grow from and had to learn that, okay, if I want to be in this team, what do I need to do? And so that's my first point. The second point is, I think it's really important that we tie down our biggest asset and our biggest money maker at this club. And I don't like to talk about football and money, but unfortunately, the way football is, if you're not making money, you don't really get anywhere in football nowadays. And so Saka signing, yes, he's on 300k, which I think is ridiculous. But as a footballer and as a player and as a franchise, we make that back in a month's time. As someone who is going to go to the World Cup, if we do go on to win the league, which I do still think we will, what he's earned is going to be straight away. Everyone's going to be like, it's justified. Then he goes to the World Cup, and then if he puts in a performance that England do well, everyone goes, well, that's why he's getting paid what he's getting paid. So I say give it 6 months and let's see where we are and see how he develops as a player, because we have a bad history of giving players a lot of money and then they get worse. Those are my thoughts on it, really.
No, I think fair play. No, I think they're fair points. I agree with that 100%. But yeah, he's the star boy. So he's the face of the Arsenal now. So he's gonna have that money. But I just hope, like you said, correctly, we've seen people get big money and then performances start going a little left. But I don't think that's going to happen with Saka. I think he loves the game. He loves Arsenal. I think he wants to win. And yeah, man, I'm happy that he's got the new contract. And I said at the start of the season as well, like one thing I wanted to see from like when Berta came in was obviously signings, but it was obviously getting these like our main players, getting them down, signing new contracts. Our core players like Gabriel, Saliba, I think Timber as well, Rice. These sort of guys are our core players. I think it's obviously just as important to tie those players down whilst you're bringing in the new blood as well. So you've got, the backbone, the heart's all tied down. That's all good. And then, like you said, you'll make the money back. You'll make the money back on these players later on. But The next point I just want to touch on really quickly was the captain, Martin Odegaard. Um, what's 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 gone wrong? What's gone wrong for him?
Now,
What's
all right. Can
yeah
I start the
yeah?
segment? The only reason I want to start the segment is because Odegaard has been and still is my favorite player to play for Arsenal for
Man City
a number of
1-1.
years, and I think for Odegaard, I think he's at a crossroads in his Arsenal career. Not because he's not good enough, and that's part of the frustration as fans, because we know that he's good enough to play for us. He's proved that he's good enough to play for us. I think the problem with Odegaard is that in his world, taking charge is getting the ball and making sure we still tick on. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is, I think what he's doing, he's showing the weaker side of his game on the ball and showing the best side of his game off the ball, which is the opposite of what we want.
Right.
I want to see him take the game, but be in a position where when he gets the ball, his first touch has to be perfect, because he's going to get tackled if it's not. And he's in a position now where he drops out because two reasons for this. One, players don't play that pass vertically into players, as we've noticed throughout the whole season until Norgard plays for some reason. I don't know why no one else does it. And it's a shame, because then if you I've watched games and he's standing in the middle of the pitch screaming for the ball and he doesn't get it. And so if I'm the midfielder and I want the ball, I'm going to go get it. If I really want the ball, I'll go get it then. If you're not going to give it to me here, I'll go get it. And I think we need to solve the 50-50 issue of, yes, he's not doing the right things in the right areas, but he's still doing the right things for me. And so if his passing became wayward, or if he didn't press anymore and he still wasn't looking like the player that we did have without, if all those things started to go away and his physicality of the game started to lose it, then I'm like, definitely, yeah, he needs to be moved on. But I think technically he's still one of the best players in our squad. And I truly believe if we're going to progress with him in the squad, he needs to get a kick up his ass and he needs to be braver. I just think that's really all it is. He just needs to be a braver footballer. Do you know what I mean? That's where I stand on it with him, man.
Okay, what about you, Colonel? Where do you stand with Martin Odegaard right now? Do you think he good enough to stay? Should he be moved on?
Do you know what? It's very hard, because I'll admit I was one of those ones where a couple months ago I was like, yeah, I'm ready for Odegaard to cut. I'm ready for him to be sold. Like, we can fill in this space. But just hearing what you were saying, bro, like, Odegaard is still important. He's still part of the team. He's still that player we need in these times.
Yeah.
Yes, he's been troubled with injuries and stuff recently, but he's what you said. He's making those right decisions, but he's doing the opposite of what we want. We want someone that is in that. We want someone that's in that midfield, controlling it, taking control.
Mm-hmm.
Not only just complaining or just requesting for it. You're taking control.
Mm-hmm.
You're making those moves. You're shooting, which is most important. I think he's been doing that.
That's the one thing he needs to work on a lot more.
Yeah.
He started our year so
but
well.
you are starting to see it, I think.
Yeah.
Like you were starting to see it before the injuries and whatever. But yeah, I think especially that's what I wanted to see as well. Just more shooting. We needed those opportunities. I don't care if you take 100 shots and they go wayward. Just take shots.
Man.
Don't take the shots. There's no risk. So yeah, that's all I can say, really. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, man, that's fair. Me personally, I'm on the other side. I think it's time for him to move on. I feel like
you fully given up.
I feel like he's fully given up. When I look at him, I feel like he's fully given up. Because I'm not looking at the same player I saw like a year ago, 18 months ago. Like even before the injury, he wasn't looking like himself, and the injury made it worse. So he's definitely not the player that he was in 21-22 season, where he was getting double goals and assists. He was just running the show. He is a shadow that player now. And like I said, if it was just like the last couple of months, I'd say, you know what, this form, it happens. But it's because it's such a long period of time, and he's meant to be our captain. For me, questions need to be asked now, man. I think we're at a stage in our season again where it's vital that all of our players, all of our top players, are at the top of their game, so we can win these trophies. And they're the person that we're supposed to be looking to. But when I'm looking for a captain, he's either injured, getting subbed at half an hour into the first, or if he's on the pitch, he's not doing much. I feel like he's getting this really bad feeling.
What's that?
Can you guys hear the feedback? A little bit.
Oh, it's probably me still because of my mic, bro.
Okay, yeah, probably was.
Let me mute myself and then while you talk.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. Yeah, so just what I was going to say was because of how long the period of spell has been with him being poor, and it's just not been good enough. We need all of our players on top form. Like, we all talk about our squad depth and whatnot. There's no point having squad depth if when they're coming on, they're hiding away. The players that we're meant to be looking for are hiding. It's I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You're giving the captain ban. That is an honor. That shit is a privilege. You should wear that with pride. And I just feel like he's not bothered whether he plays or not. He's not bothered whether he's the captain or not. I don't know. I just feel like it may not even be something football. Like, I'm being that real. Like, he just doesn't look like the same person, let alone the same footballer for me right now. And I think maybe,
Do you know what? Yeah.
Maybe moving on, a new team, a new scenery, a new country, or whatever, maybe good for him. He's a new father and all of that outside of the pitch. I know, obviously, that from first hand, being a dad is hard work. So I don't know if all that is getting on too much for him now, but I feel like it may be time for him to move on.
You know what? That's a fair point, and I think it's fair to say that he's not been the same player. I think he honestly changed as soon as he became a dad. I think last year, a lot of people forgot that he was probably up every night before he came and kicked the ball for us. That to the crack of dawn, and then was come. Obviously, that's still his job. He's still got to come and kick ball. I'm not saying that, but I think sometimes, just like with all of us, I'm sure family comes before work. And
of course.
Obviously, it's hard because the position that you
to get out of bed. You know what I mean? Like, the club captain, that's enough. That should be enough
to make you want to work. No, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? But you need to be doing more. You need to be doing more. It needs to be starting. The captain's not even starting. What other team has a captain that doesn't start?
True. That's a good point, isn't it?
Come on. What are we doing? Like, we can't have a captain, but we can't win. I haven't seen a team win with a captain that hasn't been on the team like 50, 60, 70, 80% of the time. They're always on. They're always playing.
Yeah.
They're the players that these players turn to in these moments, man. Especially now. To a game to the league. This is the time now. There's now or never.
Yeah, it's true.
Or break.
So are you also saying that it's time for him to be demoted as captain? Or do you think he still has those captaincy roles in him, or is it just time to let's think step him down?
I'm not questioning his captaincy, the leadership or leadership quality or anything like that. Right now, what I'm questioning is his form has been poor for a very long period of time. And that alone is that player that should be captain of your side, captain in the league. That's what I'm saying, and I think if you can't step up to the plate, then move on. Someone else will. It's not like we've got leaders in our team. We've got Declan Rice, we've got Gabriel, we've got William Saliba, we've got experience, we've got Zubimendi, we've got Saka, we've got experienced players in his team that all got leadership qualities that can all happily take that band and lead this team. 100%. So,
I mean, the only argument I would say to that in right now is that Odegaard isn't the only forward player not performing. And so it's
100%.
really hard to scapegoat him as much as we want to, or even say like he's not been. Obviously, it's easier because he's our captain and because he hasn't been playing, he's been injured. However, there's like Victor Gyökeres he's not been good as good as we want him to be. Bukayo Saka's been a shadow of his former self this season. Let's be honest. Even Martinelli's probably the only player that's kind of revitalized a little bit, but not in the league, only in cup games. And Leandro Trossard is probably the most consistent player we have right now. And so that tells you everything, because 2 years ago, Leandro Trossard was the guy that we brought on just in case, and I think that needs to be studied.
He's done a good job with that. He came off the bench and he always performed, man.
That's what I mean. He always came off the bench and was that guy. He was our go-to guy, but now he's our starting go-to guy, which hasn't been the case. And I think we're in a weird place where we haven't figured out our best front three the whole season. And everyone would argue people would probably argue it's Gyökeres, Saka, and Trossard. And to an extent, I agree.
Stop there 1 second. What would your ideal front three be? What would you like going forward for the rest of the season? Everyone's fit. Ideally, who would you like to pick? Your forward front four, let's say.
So tough. I guess again, and just like
see, this is the reason why we don't know.
This is the problem. This is the problem, because we have too many options, but also I'm always now thinking about the opposition and not what my team can just do, which is a problem. And I think, all right, if I'm going to say my front three, that I personally believe it's Gyökeres, Martinelli, and Saka. I think Trossard's still the guy to bring off the bench because he brings control, and I think Saka brings that. Saka does what Trossard does on the left. He does that on the right. He has the ability to get the ball 50 times, and every time he gets the ball, he doesn't lose it really, or he won't give it away. Or the only reason he'll give it away is if he's taken on his man and he gets tackled or whatever. Fine, I can handle that. Martinelli, on and off. Sometimes he's the best winger in the world. Sometimes he doesn't know how to dribble, and it's not because he's not good. And things, it's not because he's not good. It's just because I think sometimes Martinelli is not a player that can overthink. He cannot overthink. He plays on instinct. He plays with his when the game is ready to just do what he has to do. He's the best player, bro. Whereas Saka's the opposite. He can play and look at you in the eyes and go, okay, I know which way I can hurt you. And I think we need to find those differences, and that's why Martinelli and Gyökeres get along so well, because Gyökeres is a first time player kind of guy. If he sees the pass, he's going to play it. If he sees the cross, he's going to play it. If he sees the goal, he's going to shoot. That's the kind of guy that's the kind of player that he is. And so we have to facilitate that as well. And I think we aren't doing that very well. And so I would play Odegaard in the 10, but only if he plays there. That's the problem. If I'm going to play you in the 10 role, I don't want to see you next to my centre backs, bro. I don't want to see that. You don't need to do that. You're good enough to stand in the 10 position and tell the players who are our world-class players, Declan Rice and Zubimendi, these players have won, they're good, they're strong, tough players. They can pass the ball to you 15 feet and you can receive the ball in a tight space. That's your game. And I think what we're doing, we're platforming players wrong. That's what's happening right now. And I think that's the problem with Arsenal at this moment. I think, personally.
Okay. Colonel, same question to you. What would your ideal front four be? You got a fully fit team.
Fully fit team, front four. I'm probably gonna have to go with
It's so tough.
Who am I gonna put as striker? Do you know what? I think I'm just gonna go with. I think I'll just go with Jesus. I like him. He tries, but on his, he has his days, but he tries. I'm just gonna go with Jesus, Saka on the wing, Trossard, and probably like a Havertz or something.
Fair play.
Yeah.
I'd actually go the same, but I'd have Eze in the 10. Yeah, and then I'll have Trossard and Saka on the wings, and then Jesus up top. For me, right now. That's what I would have. But I get Arteta's obviously just brought in Gyökeres. We can't expect to put 65 million pounds on the bench. I understand it. The rotation is good. I feel like it's good that I feel like Gyökeres should start and then they should rotate with Jesus. But depending on opposition, maybe.
I like Jesus starting, bro.
And
But Gyökeres coming on.
Yeah. I don't mind it either way. To be honest. But I quite like the rotation between them two. And Havertz is he's great when he's fit, but boy, he's coming up.
Moving like glass right now.
When do they play? You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, boys, we're in 4 trophies, 4 competitions still. We are in we're top of the league. We are through to the round 16 of Champions League.
Still top of the league. Don't forget.
Don't forget. 4 points clear for now. Man City are 2-1 up in the Newcastle game, by the way. Yeah, we're in the finals of the Carabao Cup against Man City. Boys, how are we feeling about that? How do you think it's going to go? How important it is to win it? I think the importance of that is going to be vital. How the rest of the season goes. I think if we win, that's a big boost against City as well.
Yeah,
that's round 1.
What I would say is that I was saying to my brother the other day. I was like, this is a great opportunity.
They have an identical league season to us at the moment. They're in everything. You know what I mean? They're in everything still. So that's who we're competing with. So this first round is the final.
But I was saying to my brother the other week, I was like, you know what? Yeah, this is actually written in the stars for us, because like the last time we played in the League Cup final, we got smashed by City. Yeah, the last cup final we ever played. Yeah, that was the last time we played them, and we played them, and they wiped the floor with us, and then they beat us the week after as well. I will never forget that. And I think this is an opportunity of the 6 years that Arteta's finally built the squad that he's wanted and got us to a place where he's finally got us, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy because we've now got past the semi-final hurdle. Cool, now let's go win it. Because every final that we've been in with Arteta, we've won with whatever it's been, whatever it is, whether it's Community Shield or not, you still have to win it, bro. I know it's a dead trophy, whatever, call it what you want, but we could be sitting there saying we've lost every final we've ever been in with Arteta. You know what I mean? And we can't say that right now. He's got a Wembley vibe that works, and we as a club, as Arsenal, we need to go to that game going, this is our ground. We love Wembley. We are very, very, very good at Wembley, and I think we need to not go into this game opposite to City. I don't, because City players will come into this game going, it's a free hit. If we lose it, you know what? Good for Arsenal. But if we lose it, then it's cool. We thought other things and we've won stuff, so it's cool. But for Arsenal, it's going to be do or die. And I think we don't want to put that pressure on the game while we're there. I think we need to let the players know that they can win this game because they're better than the opposition, not because they have to win it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that's what we need to
happen. You know what's going to happen if it's a big if. If we do lose, I don't think we will. I think we'll win.
I think we'll win it.
I think we'll win it. I don't know why. I just have a weird inkling that we'll get this one. We'll win this one.
I think so too.
But we won't win them all. We won't win them all.
No.
We won't win them all. But I think we've got this one. But I think if we don't get this one, you know what the dynamic's going to be in it. You know what everyone's
they ain't winning nothing.
Yeah. Here comes the bottle. The ball starting now. This is where the bottle job starts now. I know the rest of it, and it's going to be, and that's what's going to put a lot. And I know the fans, I know footballers say they don't see what the fans say and what we say on the internet. Of course they do. Of course they read it. They may not invest in it.
Their friends will see it.
But this is what I'm saying. When they start seeing all that, and you know what I mean, and with the last 3 seasons, how they've gone, it's a lot of pressure anyway.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure anyway. And then you've got to think about the amount of games that have to be played as well between these 4 competitions is crazy as well. So you really need to be rotating these players.
We're in it to win it. We're in it to win it.
And you can only win it if you're in it.
Bro, listen, we're we're the end of February and we're in all competitions, all four. That's crazy.
I
Yeah.
can't remember the last
We
time that
can't
was the case,
complain,
man.
man.
That's what I'm saying. I can't remember that. So hopefully we can say that next month as well. You know, we can say we're winners hopefully next month or something.
That would be that is what we're striving for. Do you know what I mean? And I think the cup final for the players is going to be such a real catharsis moment for them, and they're going to be like, this is the moment that we can cement ourselves, even if they don't. Like, I think they will go on to win the league. I do truly believe this team will win the league, but I think that cup final will be the moment they go, we can win trophies at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Forget anything else. Forget about the league. Forget about winning the league. I think the line is we can win stuff at this club.
Yeah.
And I think
what?
that's the most important thing.
You know what? Do you think the players are separating the two? Do you think they're treating that as? I know it's a Carabao Cup final, but is it just a Carabao Cup final?
No.
Because it's we're going against you in the league as well.
No.
You know,
Revenge tour.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I think it's who it adds more fuel to the fire.
The final. Do you think we want to win the league?
I think it depends on the situation in the league when we get there, because there's still 12 games to play. We play what 6 more games before we play that game.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. And that's half of the games we've still got to play. So before we even get there, we've got, we've got like 30 points to play for still. So I think,
and we've got
30, like 21 points to play for. So. So I think it's really important to like perspective that and see where we're at when we get there, because I think if we're there and City have caught up to us and we're neck and neck and it's really tight, it then becomes a game of we can get this one over them, or what Arsenal love to do is we could be 6 points ahead again by that time, and then there's a feeling of what Arsenal fans go through is we're gonna win this because we're 6 points ahead in the league, and I'm like, that's not how football works. Like, and that's when we get hurt. That's why the Wolves draw hurt so much, because every fan went in there going, we're going to win this game. I don't see a version of us. I promise you, I don't see a version of us losing or drawing this game. And why I was upset with the draw mostly was because it came from the one thing we do not do, which is defensive errors. We do not do that. That's why I was vexed, bro. It's not even that we conceded late, it's how we concede. Like, how we concede is so important. Like, it's just not good enough for one moment of concentration to lapse, and that's what causes us a goal, And I think the players have to realize that every moment counts.
Do you know what is jarring me the most? Is that we've had probably, arguably, our two worst performances against the worst team in the league.
Yep.
How can the best team have the worst performance against the worst team in the league? Not once.
Welcome to football, bro.
Yeah.
It's just it's mad, bro, how football works, bro. It doesn't make sense, bro.
It don't. After it don't make sense. It don't.
It doesn't like sometimes we try to make it make sense, and it just doesn't make sense, bro.
You can't win every game, Like, we always hear it, we always say it, you can't win every game, and I'm just hoping these are the games.
We've done it.
We did not every game. You can't win every game. You might draw here and there, but I just think these are the draws that it's like, okay, we complain and let's get over it, and then from now on, let's just go and win the league.
You know what's annoying?
Last
season, fair point. You know, last season though, I remember we struggled against the lesser teams, so to speak, the teams that we West Ham, the Fulhams, etc. And then that was our problem last season. This season, beating them, cool. This season against the big teams, the big six, we've
been terrible.
Terrible. I think
awful.
What's going on? Why don't we have both? Why do we have with Arsenal that all of the time? That's what it always feels. That's what this season should be like for us. I think we don't get the Premier League. If we get the Premier League, we get Champions League. I feel like it's gonna go like that for us. I just feel like we have to.
You know what it is?
I think we have to pick which two. Like, honestly, I think we need to pick the two that we need to go for, because 4 is too much. Even though we've got squad depth, cool. But a lot of these players are injured too.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I said at the top of the
We've been
season,
here
I
before.
would be
We've been
happy if
this
Carabao leaves.
competition
So
before with all 4 competitions like this. I know they got to the semis last season, obviously to the Champions League, but and a couple of finals. But yeah, this is probably the first time this crop of players have got this far in any competition, man. And it's going to be tough, but
Yeah.
I think we need to pick 2. Which one? But which ones do you pick?
What, 2 cups?
Obviously, I'm not saying in the other 2, if you get them, don't win it, don't go and try and win it. I'm just saying if you could ideally pick 2 now, which 2 would you go for that give you the best chance? So not even the best chance of winning, but which 2 would you want? If you had those 2 before, you had 2 to pick. Which 2 would you go for?
Boy.
well,
Oh, you gone.
Back in a minute.
Listen, all I want is Premier League, Champions League. Give that to me, man. That is the biggest statement you can ever give. I don't mind domestic cups, but just give me, you know, again, if you're not in it, you can't win it. If you're in it, you go out and win it. So for me, it has to be like, I don't mind domestic cups. They're all great. We've done it in the past, but Champions League, we've never done, obviously. Premier League, I think that would just be another big statement where it's just like, okay, these boys are back. These boys did what they learned over the 3-4 seasons, whatever. Coming second, this is what we've made it up for, you know, and we can go and do it again or whatever. Has to be those 2 for me, man. We're in it to win it. Champions League, Premier League, give it to me.
Especially as Arsenal fans, we talk like one thing we do is we like to talk, and we talk a lot, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but we do back our players, in it. That's one thing we do is we back our players. But I forgot my train of thought. What I was going to say now. I forgot what I was going to say was.
Yeah, it's hard though, man. It's hard because I feel like we are the only group of fans that, you know, we back our players so much, but a lot of us are also quick to let our players down, you know, over just a few. Again, but this is the PTSD I was talking about at the start of the video. The PTSD, you know, like it's all great to say, yes, we'll win the league, we'll win the league. We could be a game away and 3 points clear, and we would still have fans that will be like, you know, can we really do it? It's PTSD, man. That's all I keep saying. You know, when this happened before, that's all you can think about. If you're in the same trait, if you're in the same routine of things that have happened in the past that have let you down, that's all you can think of. And then you have to bring it back to the players. Do they have the right mentality? Arteta did a good job, I think, personally, in getting people in that have the mentality to win cups. He got Eze, he got Rice. These are the people that can help us get that extra edge, that extra foot into those places that we need to be. So again, there's no excuse this season. What excuse do we have this season? We don't have an excuse. We're in it to win it. So let's just go and win it.
Facts, bro. I echo all of that. Yeah, we have to, bro. There's no excuses this season. The money's been spent. The players are here. They know what they're doing. They're in all the competitions. Arteta's been here before. He should know what he's doing now. He's been here a long time now. Whatever stage he's in, process, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. But yeah, man, it still will die. It's now or never, man. And I think, boys, like, let me just ask you one last thing quickly, and then I just want to move on to the game tomorrow. If Arteta fails to win any silverware this season, do you think it's time for him to go? You're on mute. I can't hear you.
I can't hear you, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
how about now?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
I think, yes and no. I think the reason I say that is that if Arteta doesn't win anything and we get to finals and we lose them all or whatever, I think he should walk. I think he should leave. think he should leave with his head and go, listen, I don't think it's right, bro. He should bust out. I don't think we should fire him because two reasons. One, I don't think the board are going to fire him because you don't fire a manager that's gotten you bare close to everything. You just don't do that. Even if it's like, but we're so close and we can't do it. I hear it, but there's managers that wouldn't get. I hear it. Like I said, I do get it. I do get it. And like I said, if we were to get into every final and not win any of them, then yeah, he's gone, bro, 100. But I don't know, man. I just think it's hard to get mad at the person that's brought us to the position that we're in.
Yeah, thanks.
And also, but I do understand that we have to. I think we forget that Arteta's actually only been a manager for as long as he's managed Arsenal, and so we need to remember the fact that even though that he's in this position is crazy. 6 years in, it's actually crazy.
100%.
Like we're not deep in how much we've actually achieved. Like even though we haven't won, how much we've actually achieved as a club, and like what we've done, we've set precedents for every other club in the world. Do you know what I mean? But now we need to make sure we crown it with some trophies, and that that will make Arteta go, it was all worth it. All the nights that I stayed up and all the times that I was coming in work early, it was worth it. And you know, I think if he doesn't win anything this year, he will go, there's nothing more I can give, and I think he leaves. I think he walks. That's what I think anyway. But what do you think?
Oh, it's hard, man. Like you literally hit the nail on the head. Like, how do you get rid of someone that has gotten you so close? Like, we could not imagine ourselves 5-10 years ago it being in these positions. Yes, you know, like let's silence the noise. You know, the second every day, every season, whatever. But look at how far we've come. Like, if we really deep it and sit down and talk about, I don't know if it's finances, talking about squad depth, to get where we are now is amazing. But again, us fans, because obviously we've been so longing for a cup, we just want that extra step every time. He hasn't been able to do it yet. Hopefully he will win this season. But yeah, I think it's very easy to just say, do you know what? If he doesn't win, just get rid of him. But okay, who's coming in? Who's now coming to bring their philosophy in? How long is that going to take? How many years before we get back to the same place we are to be better? It's very, very difficult. So it's hard, man. Like
I hear that.
I like Arteta, but I don't know how I can just say, just get rid of him. You know?
I hear that, and I agree. I hear that, and I agree to a certain point. Yeah, but when is enough is enough? When is enough? Like, when do we say? Because 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we wait? 5, 6 times, 7 times? Like, and then by the time that's happened, these players are in 28, 29, 30.
You know
30.
I think this is why we have contracts, isn't it? I'm sure something is in the contract there somewhere saying, listen, this is the clause. If you can't do it in these amount of years, you're gonna have to walk, rather than we're gonna sack you.
Let's have it right though. Let's have it right though as well. This is a manager's football's it's a results business. Yeah, you stay as long as you get results, basically. And Arteta's been given a lot more time, a lot more grace than a lot of other managers. Yeah, look at the guys down the road, Chelsea. Look how many managers they've had in the last 3-4 seasons. Boom, 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 quick, gone. Arsenal, look, we don't do that. That's not our thing. We didn't do that with George Graham. We didn't do that with Wenger. We probably won't do it with Arteta. So that's what I'm saying is, like, we have a track record of keeping long managers. We haven't had many managers because they stay so long. But then if you look back towards the end of Wenger's tenure now, how toxic that got, where it wasn't good enough anymore what he was achieving. Yes, at once upon a time it was, because that was all we were getting. That's all we expected, or we wanted more, and that's all we were getting. And then that's like falling. And then it got to, he should have left 4 or 5 years before we actually did. And then it turns, and then do we want the same thing to repeat again with Arteta? Because I don't want to see him. I don't want to see Arteta for the next 22 years in charge. I'll be real. I don't. But when is enough is enough? When did we say, okay, it's been a good run, Thank you very much. You've got us to where we are. There's no shame in that. This is all this is all we can get to. If the final is all we can get to at his level, that's fine. There's nothing to be ashamed about. But we need someone to take us from there to there. And he might not be that person. Liverpool with Brendan Rodgers happened to him as well. They never won the league. How many years was he there? Bad manager. Look at the crop of players they had and stuff like that. And then Klopp come in, boom, Premier League.
I mean, you say that, but he took 3 years to win one.
I know, but I'm just saying.
And that's what I mean. Like, it's.
I'm saying, Arteta, would you have someone come in and then hopefully? I don't know.
The problem is though, Arteta's situation is so rare, and so we're in a position of like where no other club has been in our position. We can't really. No club can relate to us, so it's hard to, compare situations. Even though yes, Klopp came in and they did win it, and obviously they won stuff and they did what they had to do, but he took 18 months to make sure that team was his. And in obviously Arteta's taken 4 or 5 years, but the difference is that Klopp's been managing for 15, 20 years before that, so he has a solid idea of what he wants. Yeah. But when Arteta came, he knew what he wanted, but he didn't know what he wanted. Like he would say, we spent the first year of his reign making sure that the club actually likes the club, that everyone actually liked our club first of all. You know what I mean? And so then we started moving and we started shifting goalposts. And I think the 22-23 season shifted our goalposts as a club. And we went, oh, we are good enough to challenge for this league. We can win this league now. And I think that being put on that pedestal automatically gives you the tag of, if you're not winning it, what are you doing here? Unfortunately. Because then he's been put into a position where he's like, yeah, I can see this team winning it. And if we don't go on to win it, I think you're right, bro. I think if he doesn't win anything this year, and out of all the things that he's been in, putting himself in such a great position, you cannot then leave empty-handed. It doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't. It doesn't work like that. And I think even if we won the Carabao Cup and nothing else, I think he would. I still think he'd leave. I personally think if he won the Carabao Cup and nothing else, I think Arteta would walk. He would say that's not good enough here. That's not good enough for this club. And if we're going to celebrate, because listen, people think that Arteta. The thing about Arteta, what I love about him is that he says everything we say as fans. He's like, it's not good enough. When he comes out of the interview of the Wall Games, the first thing he said was, it was not good enough. He doesn't come around and say, he's not like one of the managers that says, what, it was just a hard game. Wolves did this and they did this. Yeah, Wolves did what they did, but we weren't. He openly says we were bad. And that, for me, that's one thing why I love him, because he takes accountability no matter what happens. Whether we win, lose, or draw, even when we win, he says, we did really well, but we have so many things to work on. Like, literally after every game. And so it's really hard to be against him when he's been a player for our club. Like, he's actually played for us and won trophies for this club as well. So he knows what it means. So there's a connection there that's just like nothing else. Like, we are the only... That's why Man United hired Carrick. Bro, I'm telling you, Man United hired Carrick because it worked for Arteta, bro. And they're thinking, well, it can only go up. We can't go any lower. We can only go up. If you've got a player that's played for a club and knows what it takes to win, that's what's working, bro. Like, and unfortunately, yeah. But that's
do you know what? I'm going to say something, because you've hit the nail on the head again. Like, you've hit a very good point. Arteta knows the club. I think this is why he's been given so much grace in a way.
Honestly.
Like, in these years, yes, maybe the highlight has been win the trophy, win the cup, or win the Premier League. He might not have done that yet, but I think because the club know him and he knows the club, they've given him enough grace to say, listen, Arteta knows this club very well. He knows the high standards. If he knows he can't win anything else, he's going to go. Arteta's not one to stay, but I don't think he's going to be staying and then prolonging it. He knows. This is why they haven't even sacked him or thought of anything like that. They know. Listen, Arteta is the guy. If he wins, cool. And then we can move on and evolve. If he's not going to win anything, Arteta knows himself. He knows this club. He's won trophies, as you said. He knows, okay, it's time. You know what? I've tried everything I need to try. You don't need to bring in someone else. So, yeah. Arteta knows. He knows.
Okay, fair enough. Fair play. All right, cool. Yeah, just quickly want to move on to North London derby tomorrow, the big one. Spurs beat Arsenal. Yeah, Sunday, Super Sunday kickoff 4:30. How we feeling, boys? Predictions?
Must win. Must win.
Must win. Every game is a must win.
Yeah, it has to be. But predictions: 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1 Arsenal. I think we score a dirty set piece.
No, what I think we 3-0 them again. I think
You reckon?
because of how poor we were in the Wolves game, I think, and after the whole fiasco, like them having a meeting and they better be up for it. And it's Spurs, North London derby away.
Yeah, you have to be.
We have to go and put right some wrongs now. We have to right some wrongs tomorrow. So I'm
and
expecting.
Also, this is the worst Spurs team in like the longest time.
This team's dead. It's food, man. It is food.
Rubbed, bro.
It's dead. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go. I'm hoping my mindset is you have to go bounce back now, put in a big performance, and get 2, 3, 4 goals, and let the league know that we're here. You know what I'm saying? We're here. We're not bottling nothing. And so Chelsea,
that's because it would be so Arsenal, bro.
Games now.
It'd be so Arsenal to go and beat Tottenham and Chelsea, though. It'd be so Arsenal. Yeah. It would just be Arsenal to do that.
That's what we do.
To go, but smack them both 3-0, and everyone's like, "Yeah, we're back to win the league," and then we draw the next game. It's so Arsenal, bro. This is what I'm saying. If you don't know this about our club, bro, you don't.
My heart can't take it. The thought of it, my heart can't take it, but just the thought of it.
There for 2 weeks.
For Arsenal, trust me. You know what? You're probably right, though. You're probably right.
You're probably right. Prediction-wise, you're probably right. We'll probably beat them 3-0. But I say 2-1 because I like to go into Arsenal games now with a level head and like saying, I know that there's a chance that we'll just there's just a chance
we've been here too many times to be naive now. We have to go with a level head.
Do you want to hear my major fact about the North London derby?
Yeah, go for it.
Arsenal always beat Tottenham in the North London derby. However, Tottenham always score the best goals they've ever scored against Arsenal. If you think back to any North London derby, think about all Tottenham's goals. They're way better than all of ours, but they always lose. Think of Lamella. Think of
that's
the last goal. Think of there's so Harry Kane. All of their goals they score. Yeah, they score some great goals, but they lose to us.
Yeah, they did.
So I think they will score a wonder goal tomorrow, and we'll beat them 2-1.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest,
I think it's going to be a 2-1 result as well. You know,
I think the defense need a clean sheet, man. Just as much as the attack need goals, these guys at the back need a clean sheet. So that's why I'm saying 3-0. You have to go there, 3-0, clean sheet.
Typical.
Start again. So
I see that happening as well.
Whatever that was to get that, let's go. Chelsea, you're next. Tottenham, boom, 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 and then let's just kick on, man. Just get it done. Because we've got the players to do it now. We have got the players to do it now. There's no excuses. Like,
no,
you can't blame injuries. You can't blame squad depth. You can't blame the inexperience. You can't do that anymore. These guys have been here before. You know, been here before. Have been brought in, and have have done things before. Have won Euros and La Ligas and whatnot.
Yeah, it's true.
They've been there before. They know what it takes to. They've got winners in the team. We've got leaders in the team now. You know, there's no excuses not to go in every game now and win it. Declan Rice said, "I believe we can win every game." Show us, do it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do it.
Yeah, bro, for real, man. It's a big game, and I think it's weird though because I'm going into the game and it doesn't feel like a North London derby. It just feels like an Arsenal need to win game.
Even if you go into the game tomorrow.
Nah, I wish.
No.
You?
I'm armchair gaffer tomorrow. I'll be working whilst watching it, unfortunately. Only for like half hour. Yeah, it is what it is. But I'll be locked in. I'll be locked in anyway. You know, I'll be on the DMs anyway.
Come on, man, bro. Come on.
Listen, on that note, man, let's wrap it up. Listen, boys, appreciate you coming on, taking the time out.
Thank you.
Let's get you guys on again soon, man. Appreciate you guys.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Come on, you Gunners. We gotta go.
Come on.
Let everyone know your socials, man.
Oh, my socials, Trizzy Fame, on everything, Instagram, Twitter, all of that stuff. Also, I do music as well. Trizzo My. I'm doing a show tomorrow. That's why I'm not watching the Arsenal game. I just remembered. So yeah.
Okay, big up.
I hope you got your noties on, boy. I hope you got your noties on. Just hear the ping, the vibration. Yeah, man. You can follow me at Colonel_ONH on Instagram. Yeah, I'm just on there. You'll see some of my music and stuff as well. But yeah, I'm just taking a break and just you see me posting life stuff, man. All credits to
real life stuff, yeah, man. Fathers and Gooners. I might have to make a new one, you know, Fathers and Gooners.
Honestly, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, we should do it, bro. I'm down.
Hey.
I got my best friend's a father as well, and he's a gooner as well, so we can do that. Let's do it.
All right, we'll chat.
All
right, boys, in a bit, yeah? Love, man.
In a bit.
Peace.
Take care.
Peace.
Take care.